explain what, the ruler. I hope I can explain that so you guys can understand, but if not, please ask me questions. So everybody has a handout. Look at this, the second page. The second page. Oh, I don't have any more. The second page, you're gonna see the ruler. It's 1 inch. This is 1 inch right here. You see it? If you look on the ruler, this is right here, 1 inch. Okay. So some rulers, if you see this one, it has 16 little lines. Okay, there's 2 types of rulers in quilting. This one here, if you look at it, it only has the 8 lines right here. So it's like the quarter, the half, the 3/4, and then the inch. This is one of the first rulers that I bought. I gave you a copy of it. It's there. It's the next page. This one. And if you see, it has a lot of little lines. It has 16. 16. Okay. Most rulers are like this. They have the 16 lines. 16 little lines. So sometimes when you have a pattern that says, 1, 3, 8, you're gonna count. Okay, so like this one has 16. You're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way to 16. Okay, but when it says that if you have this kind of ruler that only has 8 lines on it, you're gonna count over. Like if it says 3/8, you're gonna count over 3 lines. That's gonna give you the 3/8. And why the difference between the 3/8 and the 3/16? Well, remember when we learned fractions in school? Okay, so if you count 1/16 to 1/8, if you divide it by 2, that's how you get the 1/8. That's how you reduce it. So I had it in my head, but now I forgot. And now I'm nervous. So like say you have the half right here, okay? So you're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, but you can't put 8 over 2 like in a fraction, right? You can't do that. So you have to divide it. So that's how you come up with a half. Okay, because if you count 8 over 2, 8 over 2 you can't. So 8 goes into 8 one time. Wait, 2 goes into 8. I don't know. I forgot. I had it in my head, but now I forgot. But when you reduce it, it comes down to half. That's why you have the half. 8 over 16. It's actually 8 in the time. Okay, see?
And I'm bad at math.
It's 8, 16. Doesn't sound like reduce it. 8 goes 8, 1, and 8 goes into 62.
Right.
That's how you reduce
So
it.
that's how you get the half.
You're the math majors over
Yolie,
here.
can you turn it this way too so we can see what you're talking about?
So when you have, basically when you have something that says 7/8, you're gonna have this other ruler. Most of the time you're gonna have these rulers that only have 8, okay? So just ignore the 16th on this one. You're just gonna count over 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. So this right here, 7/8 right here. But you can always just look at this chart. That's gonna make it easier for you. Look at the chart. And you'll see right here it says 7/8. Okay, and that's where your line is. But I'm gonna show you how, once you determine how to, where you wanna measure your square, like if you wanna measure 7/8, there's tools that can help you to make it consistent. Like say you need to make 20 of the same size. They have these little tapes. They sell them at Joann's. It comes 3 in a pack. So once you determine your size, like this one here, I marked it at 9.5. You stick it to the back, and they're removable, they're repositionable. You can take them off, and you can use them several times. I've had these since I started quilting, who knows how many years already. And you're just going to position it where you want, and then every time you cut, you don't have to measure, you don't have to count over 7/8. Where's the 7? Where's the 3? Where's the 5/8? You're just gonna mark it there one time, then you're gonna put it down, and you're gonna do your cutting. And every time you cut, you're gonna get the same size. Okay, so they're not expensive. They sell them at Joann's. There's 3 of them in a pack. Okay.
What are they called?
I don't know what they're called, but they're where the quilting notions are. Where the, where you go into Joann's and they have the quilting fabric, and then in the middle they have all the little notions. They're right there.
Ruler tape.
Another one that when you go to road you're probably gonna see it is this thing here. This little thing here, it comes like this. Yeah. And they give you extra little rubber bands in case you break it. But it comes like this in the little pack. And then all you have to do is you determine like where you want to cut, like here, 3.5. You just stick it there. This ruler has the markings right here, the 1 and 3/8, all the markings in here. So then you just put it like this. And there you go. Every time you cut, you're gonna cut at 3 5/8 or 5 5/8, whatever you want. This is gonna help you cut all your strips, okay? The same size. So basically, that's really what the main idea is, that you cut everything at the same size. Okay, so some of you are gonna wanna put your label or this little thing in front of the black line, some of you on top of the back line, some of you behind it, whatever your preference is, but just make sure you do it the same on all your blocks. Every cut that you make. Okay?
You know what that one's called? You know what that,
There's a company that sells all these,
Yeah.
these.
no, we understand that, we're just asking if they
The
know.
name.
I don't know.
Oh,
what
he'll
they're
talk
called.
you into everything.
Because I
So
have,
don't worry.
What about like on Amazon? That's what we're talking
Oh,
about.
I don't know, and I never.
I may have it in my purse,
Is it labeled on there?
the name of the
So
company.
are they sold, for the size of the ruler?
Yes.
Yeah.
They
You
have
have to
them for
buy one
shorter
for every
rulers.
size.
Yeah, they have them for shorter ones. I think in like maybe 2 or 3 sizes.
Oh, okay.
This page, I just gave it to you as a reference, you know, that there's all kinds of tools online that can help you. This one here is for half square triangle, and it gives you every size. So the first row, it tells you it's a half square triangle, including the 1/4 inch. So if you cut it at 1 inch, your half square triangle is gonna end up at 1 3/8. So since it had all these little 3/8, 5/8, that's why I thought it would be a good tool for you to use. So you can practice with your rulers, setting up your rulers. Okay. Then, I also gave you another sheet, I gave you 2 patterns to make blocks. They're simple blocks, but don't be afraid when you see, like, if you see one size, it says 2 inches, 2 and 3/8. But then when you start making it bigger, it starts going into the 7/8, the 5/8. Just practice. These are just for you to practice if you want, just to reference. This one here has 3 and 3/8, 2 and 1/8. So they're just like simple, easy blocks. But when you start seeing the 1/8 and the 3/8, that's when it, you get a little nervous. But just remember to find out how many where 3/8 is, where 5/8 is, just count. On this one, it has, like I said, the 16th, but here, you just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's the 5/8. Okay, when you see it on your ruler, you're gonna see this one. This one just has 8 lines across, and every inch it has 8 lines. So you just count over how many lines it has. You'll know which one you have, the one with the 8, or like this one, the one with the 16 lines. Just count them over, and you'll see how many you have. And then that's how you know if it's 5/8 or 7/8. 7/8 is always gonna be the one right before the inch, because the next one's gonna be 8/8, which is 1. Okay? That's pretty much it. Any questions?
No, but I have a comment. A lot of patterns call for 5/8, or 7/8. And usually it's for half square triangles, because I know that you're gonna need a little more wiggle room.
Right.
A very, very good quilter taught me when I was starting to quilt, to go ahead and cut it at the 5 instead of the 7/8, you cut it at the inch, at the end.
Right.
Because you can square it up, and you're supposed to square up all your triangles anyway.
Right.
And that way it gives you the freedom to, make a
And
little
ease.
bit It's
Right,
ease factor. It's much, much easier. Don't cut it 7/8, but cut it to the next inches, you know, like 5 and 7/8, cut it at 6. 8 and 7/8, cut it at 9. And then you can go back after you've made your halfway triangle or square it up.
right.
It might make for a nice,
And yes, it's true. And if you see in the little chart, it'll tell you that you can make it bigger. One of the little charts I have.
But
You can
instead
make
of
it
trying to
bigger.
get your ruler to be right at the 7/8, you know, it's much easier, just go to the next.
Right, and that works for half square triangles. But then there's some like this one that's telling you 6 gold print squares. So that's telling you to cut it at 2 and 1/8 squares. And that's not a half square triangle. So you need to learn it anyways. It's a good idea to learn your ruler since we use it so much. And it's a big part of, our quilting. It's good to learn what all the lines are, where, how to measure. And yes, it's right, you can make it a little bit bigger and then cut it when you're doing a half square triangle. But there's gonna be times when you're gonna have to cut it at the exact size. So, you need to know how to read your rulers. So that's why just count the lines and determine which the ruler you're using. Is it a 16? Does it show the 1/16 or does it show the 1/8? Okay, that's all they're gonna have all the time, 1/16 or 1/8. Okay?
Joey, the name of the tape is, Glow Line Tape.
Glow line tape. Right. Glow line tape. This one. There's a yellow one, a pink, and an orange in the little pack. And it's very, very easy to cut and it's repositionable.
And you can put it back.
You can use it for a lot. You can use it a long time. It's very thin.
So it isn't like, the other one holds the fabric.
This one is
That's a ruler like.
Yeah, but that holds the fabric so that it doesn't move.
But this one does too, believe it or not. Even though it's thin, it does. When I put it next to my fabric, you can see it. It does make a little stop. Okay. Yeah, I have it on that one. I have it on this little one. And you just stick it to the back. Stick it on the back. Okay. I think that's it.
So the band is there's called Fabric Guides with Stretchy Bands.
Oh, fabric guide with stretchy bands. It's this one.
What is it again?
It's really something
Maker's guidelines, right? The maker's guidelines?
It's very good. It's very good.
They're a little pricey,
Yeah.
but they last forever.
And they, when you buy it, they're gonna give you extra of these. I don't know where mine are, but. And then you just stick it to the back. Stick it like that.
Yolie, first, thank you very much. This is very, very helpful. But could you consider doing a class or a little demo thing using, because I can understand this, but using the diagonals on the,
Like the 40-degree and 60.
yeah, all that, the degrees, yes.
Yeah, we could
At
do
a
next
later
time we do
point?
a eccentric.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do
So
that.
that's what confuses me sometimes, and
You just use the lines on your ruler.
no, I know it's all about lines, but.
Your line is gonna be at the bottom of your fabric.
Mine says deteriorating.
Like for instance, this is your fabric, the 45-degree line, like this one has it here. You're gonna put that at the bottom like this. And that's gonna give you the 40. Then you're gonna cut it right here. This line, the 45-degree, is gonna be at the bottom of your fabric. And then you're gonna cut like this. And then there's another 45 that crosses this way. So if you're gonna cut it this way.
Depends on
That's the problem. Is the manipulation of the,
Yeah.
of the ruler to the fabric.
So I just bought the 60-degree pyramid ruler, and it's cut on the top. So is there, like with the straight ruler, like you said, 60-degree angle, would I cut cut that little notch on the top as well.
Yes, you do. That becomes your guide.
What did she say?
Yeah, I don't know how to.
I think that they gave it from, I think like the,
It just gives you the dog.
yeah, so that way when you, after you sew it, you're gonna have to cut that off. So when, in that, ruler, some of those rulers that are specialty made, they come already, cut at the edges, you know.
Yes. But I always cut off a little dog here for sewing.
You don't have to, but.
You know what? All right, I think I'm done.
One more question and then you're done.
Can I add one thing about rulers? If you have a ruler that slips because it doesn't have those little guards, they sell these little things you can put on it so that they don't slide on you. They're like just little tiny little rounds of sandpaper.
Silicone.
And they really help. If your ruler's
It's like sandpaper.
Yeah.
And then mine, this one has that grip in the back, they call it at Joanne.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking, yeah.
I have the grip.
You have the grips on
To
it.
feel it in the back, so that it doesn't slide. And I had one with
Here's a sample of
and then here's this one with the little, this one has the little, sandpaper on the back.
That's that, it's a steel thing.
Another thing, I don't know if you guys watch the Joanne fabric, Jordan fabric, but she puts that weight on it. See when she's in a so some things that would like some of the heavy is right from it. I'll put something in it. Yes.
How it's kind of funny to manage.
You can feel it. You can feel it.
The ones that are in my garage